Hey guys, in this video, I'll be covering Xiao's distinctive skill sets and explain why he is so unique. I'll also give recommendations to his weapons and artifacts as well as his pros and cons. Xiao is an Anemo DPS with the highest base attack with a crit rate ascension stat. His mechanics and gameplay is pretty unique in terms of how you approach enemies. His normal attack is a 6-hit combo with a polearm. When we compare his damage percent to Xiangling, we can see that Xiao is currently the strongest polearm user in terms of DPS. His elemental skill has a special trait in terms of gameplay. You can perform this skill in midair. Xiao is basically a zoomer that has fast mobility and quick attacks. So if you like a new and fresh gameplay in regards to combat mechanics, Xiao can really make things interesting. This skill starts with 2 charges and adds a third if you have C1. I would say in terms of gameplay, C1 will greatly increase how Xiao approaches enemies, but I made a video covering about why you shouldn't prioritize his constellation, and instead go for a 5-star weapon if you have extra Primogems left over. But long story short, Xiao is definitely a character that you can utilize effectively at C0. His elemental burst, Bane of All Evil, greatly buffs all of Xiao's skill sets. It increases jump, AoE damage, and converts his attack into Anemo damage, which cannot be overwritten by any other elemental infusion. I don't know about you guys, but after seeing this skill, I think Xiao is probably the best character for grabbing and chasing down those crystal flies that keeps flying away every time I try to get them. So just pop his elemental burst once in a while and catch all the crystal flies that spawn here. Let's take a look at his constellations. C1 I covered earlier, it gives Xiao an extra charge which can spice up his gameplay. C2, his energy recharge is increased. I say Xiao's greatest weaknesses is his recharge. You want to keep cycling through his elemental bursts because Xiao really thrives when Bane of All Evil is active. Looking through all these constellations, Xiao's constellation doesn't really add attack, so Xiao is very viable at C0. Here are 5 weapons that I find suitable for Xiao. The Primordial Jade-Winged Spear is definitely Xiao's signature weapon and his top choice if you want to maximize your DPS. Apart from matching aesthetics, you can stack a bunch of attack buffs that makes Xiao even stronger. It's basically a no-brainer to put this weapon on him if you have it. The next weapon, Lithic Spear, is another great choice. It's not released yet, but it will show up in a later wish pool that contains Staff of Homa. The substat of this weapon is attack percent, and the weapon bonus stat is unique. So if your team is full of characters from Liyue, the character who equipped this weapon gains a 7% attack increase and a 3% crit rate. So stacking all 4 party members gives you 28% and 12% crit rate increase at Refinement 1. At Refinement 5, you get a 11% attack and 7% crit rate increase that you can stack 4 times, which makes this weapon a unique and great choice if you are looking to roll that weapon banner. The BP weapon Deathmatch is another great pick for Xiao. With a crit rate substat and decent bonus weapon effects, this weapon is a great choice if you have the battle pass and you're willing to pick this weapon. The Black Cliff Pole from the shop is also another weapon that you can consider. It has a crit damage substat with nice bonus effects that makes it suitable for Xiao. Lastly, I just want to include a 3-star weapon, the White Tassel, just for fun. You should only use this weapon if you don't have any other options. White Tassel's substat is crit rate and the bonus effect is normal attack increase. I just want to point out that plunge damage isn't normal attack, so watch out for that if you want to use this weapon. For Xiao's artifacts, a 2-set Viridescent and 2-set Gladiator is probably the best choice for now. There isn't really any alternative artifacts that can fit Xiao as of now. But if you have a better stats on the Gladiator, you can also try using the 4-set Gladiator for the bonus 35% normal attack damage. But remember, since plunge damage isn't normal attack, you will lose some damage there. For beginners that can't effectively farm the Viridescent set or get legendary Gladiators, feel free to ask in the comments below for alternative artifact options. Also for this video, I'm not going to recommend a specific main stat that you should aim for because it depends on what weapon you are using. So if you have a question regarding that, be sure to ask in the comments there as well, and I'll try my best to answer them. I also want to go over Xiao's pros and cons. For pros, Xiao is versatile and can work in a lot of teams. He doesn't really require specific support for him to thrive, because he doesn't really rely on elemental reactions in order to maximize his damage. You can also catch a lot of crystal flies with his elemental burst, so if you lack some of those, Xiao is your guy. For cons, his energy recharge is a little weak, so you probably need some recharge substats for him to thrive. Since he is an enemy character, he is on the weaker side in terms of elemental shield breaking abilities, and will need specific characters in Spiral Abyss to support him. In conclusion, Xiao offers a breath of fresh air, and he is a strong character on his own. If you don't really care about Spiral Abyss and just like to explore the world, Xiao can travel pretty fast and does great damage. Anyways, that's basically the basics on how to build Xiao on my first look. If you like this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications, and I'll see you guys next time. Oh, I also promised a special video last week. That video will come after all the content hype is over. I got sidetracked last week, but also be sure to be on the lookout for that video and also more 1.3 content. See ya.